This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, my cat-loving friends. It's Linda Hall from 19 Cats and Counting, and I'm really excited today. You know, we love our rescuers and our people who work for cats. There's an organization called S.M.A.R.T that is really going the distance, and we have Julie Kelley here, and she is from S.M.A.R.T Greece. So she came a long way to the States. So we will talk to her, and we have a million questions as soon as we hear this word from our sponsor.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms, and our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Linda Hall, your co-host, and I am here with Rita Reimers, my lovely BFF, business partner, co-host, and work wife.
Your hair is covering up those beautiful sparkles on your shirt. When you guys see the video, you'll see Linda has the sparklies around her shirt collar. So cute.
Everything's better with a sparkle. Whatever it is, you throw some glitter on it, life is better. That's probably true.
We did learn that from Richard.
That is probably true. That's why I'd be. I would just glitter up everything if I had
remember
a
one day I
chance.
wore a top that was glittery. It didn't have Swarovski crystals, but everybody's like, "Oh, you're trying to be like Richard." No, I just like sparkles. Okay.
No, Richard taught me to sparkle.
Right. So I am so excited to talk with Julie. Let's Be Smart
too.
Based in New York, and she's in Greece working with cats over there. So I'm anxious. Julie, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
So glad you're here. I love the SMART code. We promise to be kind to all animals, help any animal in distress, not allow others to abuse animals, teach others about an animal's importance, understand all animals' feelings, respect all living beings, recognize their souls. That is 100%. Like, that's everything. Like, that should be every cat anything's mission statement, right?
Any
there.
Animal rescue, dog,
well,
cat, whatever.
Yes. Sorry, I'm so cat focused. Sometimes I forget. Yeah. And I actually have a dog, so it's kind of sad that I know
you forget about her sometimes.
But well, it's just that she's lived with cats so long. There's a Chihuahua and 11 cats. Okay. She doesn't know she's a dog.
She thinks she's a cat.
Yes, she's very confused.
She stands in the litter box sometimes and like,
she did one
what
day,
am I
she
supposed
stood
to
in
do?
the litter box, and I was like, give you $5 if you poop in there so I don't have to take you outside in snow. But she didn't do it. So, you know, it is what it is. So tell us about Let's Be Smart and what you're doing in Greece.
Sure. So Let's Be Smart kind of started when I started going to Greece back in the late 90s. In New York, I had a Greek business partner for several years. So once you're in with the Greeks, like the Greek mafia.
That's right. That's right. Your family.
Greece, you're singing Greek songs. You're eating at the Greek restaurants, which I love Greek food.
Oh, yum. I do too.
I love Greek people. They're so amazing.
Yeah, they're very higher energy and like to do things. They like music and entertainment stuff. So yeah,
it's a party.
So basically, I just started seeing all the stray cats, and in my mind, I'm a very solution-oriented person. So because I was feeling very comfortable going back and forth for several years now, because it started in late 90s, and then I just said to myself one day, I'm going to move there and I'm going to save the cats there.
That's a brave thing to move to another country.
Yeah, I just said in my mind, I'm going to do that. So But I knew that education was important because I kind of want to solve a problem. I like to solve problems in a global way. Like, I don't think just feeding the strays is going to solve the stray problem. So I could see the attitude and things were different. And I would hear a lot of stories, sad stories sometimes, about the animals. And so I said, I really like to come up with something that I could educate them about the amazing animals and like even for medical, purposes and why they're beneficial and just their higher energy, which I do feel they have a higher energy. I mean, if you go back to the Egyptians, they were the day and night. We were just day people. They were night and day. They were considered superior to humans, believe it or not. So, and there's some Greek god and an Egyptian god, both. So
let me guess. Bastet?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We love her.
We love her, and I keep her near me. I have a friend who's from Egypt. She's from Alexandria, and her husband was from Cairo. And so I just became fascinated with the culture and everything Egyptian, and started learning a little bit of Arabic, a little like Ana befhem Arabi shoya. I speak very little Arabic, but that's about. But yeah, just I would love. That's my dream trip. That's my bucket list.
Go to see the Sphinx, right?
Yes,
I
just everything.
Hey, Linda, maybe we could go over and expensive.
Visit us and then go to the rescue. It's very close. It's very, very close by airplane. It's really close.
Oh, I would love it. Oh, it'd be awesome. Yes,
it would be.
So then what I did is I put together some educational materials. I translated them in Greek and I started speaking at one of the Hellenic American universities, which I was also taking classes. And I was able also to use my whole organization that I just set up, which back then I set it up in 2006 as a legal NGO, they call it, non-governmental organization. And I was able to use it even in the college classes I was taking as like a project. So it was kind of cool to get the feedback and also presenting to college students, which it really shocked me and how little they knew about the animals and everything. I mean, they just know them as strays or, they take some inside and whatever, but not to the level that I was providing them information or even what they were capable of, like a dog saving a family from a fire, sniffing out cancer. Cat found a baby one time in Russia. I don't know if that story. So I put all those YouTube videos and also the animals coming to the retirement homes and the older people and just having that energy for them because they're so lonely and all those things. So they were just amazed. But anyway, before I created the content, I just said where I came up with the name is okay, I want everyone to be smart about animals. So I had to come up with something, and I like coming up with company names. So I tried to come up with S.M.A.R.T, what that would mean. So I was flying on Olympic Airways back then to New York, which was the main airline direct. And that's how I came up with it. I just came up with the idea and I just started from there, successfully managing animal rights today. So
I love that. I love acronyms. It really helps so much. Remember.
Yes. Yeah, it does. And anybody that's saving cat, I love what you're doing. And I understand what you mean about a more global impact because, Rita and I work as cat behaviorists, but, we get the client here, we get the client there. How many clients can we reasonably do in a day? And we've seen a lot of success, but it's such a small, and we've both taken in way more cats than we should take in.
I have 18 about to be 19.
We're in your age range there. I'm going to be 55 tomorrow. I'm 54. I'm 54 today and I'm clinging to it. And
I'm 60
and Rita's 60. So, our bodies scooping. Exactly. You're right in between us. So our bodies scooping all those litter boxes.
Oh, you don't know. Just wait till you hit 60. You don't even know yet,
it's starting to, it's already there, honey. And it's can't take it anymore.
No, I can't get down on the floor like I used to. And not only that, you don't want to, when you're in our age range, you don't want to take in young kittens because I don't want to die before
I think about that.
Yeah. I don't know, if I take a cat in and it lives, I usually guess 20 years. Most cats don't make that, but some do, and some go further. So I look at it and I'm 55. Do I know what kind of shape I'm going to be in at 75? In another 5 years, we're talking 80. I'm not going to promise my longevity. So I'm not going to risk it. So what I saw something on your site that I loved. You have a kitty picker.
Yeah, actually, one of our volunteers, which we can talk about that, but we have a global volunteer program. So one of our volunteers, who was actually American, this guy, Austin, was at our shelter and he suggested it and said he would make it for us. So now, and then he gave us like the template. And so now we update it, because it's constantly changing with adoptions, new cats. Never ends. So, we keep it up now, but he taught us how to do that. And people have actually, one of the last adoptions for Pebbles, who is a little girl with one eye, that's how this Swiss couple found her, and they were vacationing in Greece and they found our organization and they came to us, and then they just asked us who would go with Pebble. We paired her with Aurora, who they were similar age, so they look similar. And they're living in Switzerland now. And now they're going to take 2 more. We're flying them next week. So they're
how
gonna have
nice. 4. I love
Pebbles,
that.
Pebbles parents, we love you if you're listening.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. I think the majority of people, and that was my thing, you make a mistake of my local rescue that I love is FFRC here, and they have a kitty cam. So you can watch what's going on 24/7 and leave a lot of chatters.
Yeah.
It's become an entire community. And, you watch the cats and you go, oh, look at that one. Oh, that's so pretty. I want that cat.
That's brilliant. That's what makes people fall in love. It is.
But then you get in there and the owner knew me very well. And I said, Cameron, it's the only thing he wants, my son, for his birthday. And he wants this cat. And she said, you don't want that cat. You have, this cat was not suitable. And, I really learned and try to preach to people, talk to the people who work in your rescues and shelters and tell them. One of the things Jackie always did was, where do you want them? And I saw this on your kitty picker. Where do you want them on the ornery scale? Do you want super high energy, play with me all the time, harness train me and take walks? Or do you want Netflix and cuddles, or somewhere in between? Give me your number. And then she's like, this one, and then watch the cats that follow you around. And
that's what I was going to say. That's the other thing is you've got to see who's watching you, because that cat may have his eye on you to be his mommy or daddy. And that might be the best fit.
True. Mm-hmm. And because we have the Global Volunteer Program, and we can have between 5, 6, 7 volunteers, I would say the majority from Europe, but we do have USA volunteers, but they end up staying because we have the open environment in our shelter. It's a huge villa, like 3,000 square foot villa, and we have 6 bedrooms. So every bedroom is equipped for the cats. We have a lot of them isolated for various reasons, not necessarily sick, maybe waiting on vaccines, maybe one had an operation, whatever it is. So every volunteer gets to stay in a bedroom sleeping with cats. And then there's the huge living room, living area, there's outdoor netted balconies, but they bond with them. And then a lot of times they take them home with them. They want to adopt them.
Linda, when can we book our tickets?
I was just thinking, I want to sleep with Rita does. So I go visit Rita. She's about a 10-hour drive away from me. And I go and visit her a few times a year. And she has this lovely guest room that she made up when she bought her house. She bought a nice bed for it, everything. She lives alone with her cats. So, it's for guests. I won't use it. I sleep on her couch because that's where I can get the most cats sleeping with me. She's got 18 cats. It's great.
I need discharge.
And she often tells me that then she gets better sleep because they've laid off her having another human to love on. But, but I love, it's like, will this be a solo cat or will other cats be around? So if it's a solo kitty, would you then advise them to adopt a second cat?
I think it would depend on the cat. Like we have one we sent, Boo Boo, who I was very attached to. She lived outside for a long time. You couldn't even touch her. Little by little, she got some ear infection and ended up having polyps. Would let me pet her. Then just one day, she literally came on the elevator with me. We got her She walked inside into our foster home, not the big shelter, because there's a separate one with 28 cats. So anyway, once we operated and she healed, she never tried to get out again, but she didn't really like any of the other cats. Not that she would bother them, but she would just be like,
Yeah.
So now she lives by herself in the Netherlands, and the girl spends a lot of time with her. She loves laser, and she sleeps a lot, but she'll play with her and as happy as can be. So
that's amazing. Yes, I have seen a few. I think it's the minority though, right? Like it's more the exception than the rule.
Usually they like a pair. I prefer to see them go in a pair because I don't, people work and whatever. It's just, they're home alone too long, and they
kittens especially.
Kittens definitely need to bond together.
Yeah, I laugh because there's only one of 18 cats in Rita's house that she
That I went
actually
after, yeah.
chose to adopt. And it's because she adopted this kitten who was in need of help. And it was
Simba.
just too much for the other cats. And she was like,
Aw.
I got to get my kitten a kitten. You know? And so it was the
And
first
that-
time she
They have a
ever
lot
saw
of
it.
energy.
Yes. And it helped. Yes. Yes. And that kitten she adopted that
She's
she
my
did
baby.
just for Simba is her cat. I mean,
She's my heart cat,
I
sweetie
mean,
pie.
you
That's like
think
my
she gave birth to
Trixie.
exactly. Yes. There's always
Didn't
that
I?
cat.
I thought I did.
Yeah, I know you did. I know, honey. You were pregnant with Sweetie Pie and gave. I know. I know. We'll stick with your story. And then you ask about adults or kittens. Do you usually give advice? Like, you know, if my 80-year-old mother, actually she's 81 now. Wow, I hope she doesn't listen to this. She's gonna
So's
kill me for
mine.
that one.
She's
Linda, you told everybody I'm 80. Actually 81. But yeah, if she says, you know, I want one and I want a kitten, would you try to educate on that? Would you
Yeah,
handle
for sure.
that?
We would totally try to pair her with an older animal, which we did that once. We had this cat that was about 10 or 11. Can't think of her name right now because it's gone through a lot of cats
I get
the
it.
past years. And she went to live with an older German woman, and she was so happy, and the cat was happy because she didn't also really like the other cats, but was a good cat, very friendly. Yeah, we totally. And also, even with children, maybe not too young of kittens
Yeah.
because they just don't know how to handle them.
Too
So-
rough.
Well,
Too
man, I
rough.
watched my kids. My youngest is now 17, so it's a little better. But, you know, I remember when he had his friends over, and I told you I have a very nervous Chihuahua. They would, you know, be running down the steps, and, you know, when they get to like the third from the bottom, they jump off, you know, and my dog would flip. And yeah, if there's a kitten playing around there, yeah.
We have to take a little break, but we'll be right back real quick, right after we hear from our wonderful sponsors.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. CATTREETRAY.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets.
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
And we're back with 19 Cats and Counting, talking with Julie Kelley of letsbesmart.org. So where were we? We were talking about matching people to the proper cat, not only personality, but age range. I actually wrote a series of articles for, I think I wrote those for Catster. I write for too many places. Talking about what to look for, you know, do you want a cat that's high energy, or are you a senior? You really don't want a kitten, that kind of thing. So I love that you take the time to match the right cat to the right person.
Ellie, our adoptions manager, is really good at that. So she actually was an adoption manager at a sanctuary in Thailand as well. So she's pretty experienced. So every adopter, after they send in an application, she has a whole discussion with them to make sure that's the right cat. And then they can, see the cat virtually, and then she'll do the adoption contract because she wants to be sure. She wants to see their household. What are their habits? Or how long are they gone? Do they have an outdoor space? Do they have an enclosed outdoor space? Like just knowing the cat, she really make sure, because even if they pick a cat, and while we'd love to adopt a cat, as many as possible, we don't want to give the wrong cat to the person and have a problem. So
and they have it rehomed, and then the cat, that really takes a hit to the cat's confidence. And that's when we see behavior problems. One of our first questions when we get a behavior client is, what changes have there been to your household recently? Who came in, who went out, who died? Did you move, buy a new sofa? Your cat hates that stuff, right? Like, don't do that.
Yep.
Don't buy a new sofa. Sorry, folks. Once you get this cat, can't change anything.
Forget that.
Exactly.
How do you do house checks when the people live in other countries?
virtual house checks. So we'll ask them to see the home. We'll ask them about, like say, do they have screens on the windows that are safe? Do they have an enclosed, outdoor space? So yeah, she goes through and asks all that.
I
So,
love it.
and if they have another cat, how is their other cat?
What are the declawing rules in Greece? Do you make them sign something promising not to declaw, or is that not an issue there?
Nobody declaw. I've never heard of
that's
anybody declawing their cat. I think that sounds more like an American thing.
Only
it's an American thing
like that.
It's an American
Hopefully going away
Selfish
soon.
Americans.
I hope one state at a time. We just heard another station. You just,
so
you
we
just
got
sent me an
two. I
article
can't
that
remember
another
what they are
state
right
went.
now.
Yeah.
New York
So-
was the first. I can't remember who the second one is.
Yeah, you just sent me the second one. I was like,
Yeah.
one more. I love that one of the questions on the kitty picker was, how would you feel about a cute little disabled kitty? I don't think people consider that.
I love those. Those are my
And
favorite ones.
These are the cats that we go for. Like, we're the ones that, of course, I had to wait till my herd thins a little bit, or my husband's going to divorce me. But
I'll
I tell
marry
everybody,
you. It's
whenever
okay.
they start pressing me for another cat, I say, if I bring home a 12th cat, my husband's serving me with divorce papers.
I don't blame him. You got a full house there.
He wouldn't really, but
I
I
know.
pushed him to his limit, and I'm loving enough to respect him as my partner and not push it any further. He's been very good. I will tell you, Julie, that in the beginning, when we started talking about cats,
He didn't like cats.
no, I hate cats.
I know, typical guy, right?
Yeah.
I hate cats, and then they're the biggest babies in the end. Don't touch
true.
me. The cat's sleeping on me. Go get me a beer. I'm not moving.
A couple of nights ago, I was sleeping. I was really pressed up close against him, and I just kept feeling him like moving. And I was like, what is he doing? But you're so asleep. You're like, whatever. And then he'd do it again. So finally I looked, there was a cat snuggled up against him, and he was all night long petting the cat, going back to sleep, petting the cat, going back to sleep. Every once in a while I'll look at him and he's got a cat on his lap, and I'll say, it's too bad you hate cats, honey.
No, but I don't
Really.
like cats. Right?
But yeah.
Like the bikers, Hell's Angels, they're like the biggest animal people.
They
And
are.
I have a friend who's a heavy metal music manager who actually, that's another funny story. But anyway, I met him, and every year he's from Cleveland, Ohio, because that's where a lot of heavy metal bands are from. And
That's
every
true.
year they do a huge animal drive, and they do a concert for animals and everything. And they're very, very animal friendly.
I love that.
Julie.
I
Oh,
love
that's
that.
amazing.
So back to we were talking actually about disabled cats before we went and did the sidetrack.
Yeah.
So are people pretty receptive to taking those in?
We do have two that can't walk with their back legs or paralyzed, but we haven't really, I think we have to get them a little better healed. But we have, we just took in one like a week ago that had its leg amputated. We have many that are either blind or, can't see well at all, or are missing one eye and the other one is cloudy.
I have a three-legged
I think,
smoochie.
yeah, that's
Well,
one.
3 legs go quickly. People don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
Exactly.
blind. I mean, if you see this one, I don't know how you would, I don't know if it's posted on a regular Let's Be Smart, but there's this cat was called Uzo. How appropriate.
I love it.
Found as like a little rat, red and white, little tiny rat with, eyes all messed up. And we took it, we raised it, we, operated to take the eyes out. And now Uzo, I don't know, is probably just a young boy, 8, 9, 10 months old, whatever. He just went to his home about a month ago in England. And this woman has like a catio that goes from one window that has a flap.
Oh, nice.
Cat is walking down like the thing, and it figured out how to go and come back up in her house. I'm going, oh my God.
Wow.
Whiskers.
Video.
Whiskers. It's whiskers.
Yeah.
Whiskers, it's like their radar.
Yeah.
Yes, I tell
True.
you, we rely so heavily on sight and sound, and that's really it. I mean, yes, we taste things, we feel things, we touch things, but
A little bit of hearing too.
primarily sight and sound. Yeah, hearing sound. Yeah, sight and sound.
Yeah.
Cats,
Sorry, I'm having a blonde.
Forget it. Yeah, I hear it. Cats are, whiskers and sensors in their paws, and they can feel vibrations. And they're just the coolest animals.
That's
in
why the
world.
blind
That's why I'm
cats
so
can get
obsessed.
along so well, because they can still sense what's around them.
Yeah, I had a blind cat myself, Smokey. He was a black Persian I actually adopted from Lebanon, one of the ones we took from Lebanon. He ended up dying, sad story, but he was like 8 or 9. He knew every single place in my house, climbing up cat trees,
They're
like
smart.
greeting people at the door, always in their bag. If a plumber came over, he's sitting in the toolbox. It was just unbelievable. And
I
would
love
call
that.
Okie dokie. And it was
I love it. There's so
really
many,
cute.
and not just disabled, but illnesses too. Like
Sure.
I adopted a cat from the Carolinas because he was unadoptable because of FIV, and Rita really wanted him, but was full.
I had 20 at that point.
So and so she kept working on my heart until I'm fine. And I adore this cat. This cat was totally meant to be my cat. Okay, this cat is in me, in my heart. I love this cat. But people get so scared about some of these names, and it's like, I have to kind of watch. I will write. If one of my other cats starts sneezing, I'll write it out a couple days and watch him. If Kismet starts sneezing, he's probably going to the vet the next day. But it's that kind of stuff because I know his immunity is not great, and he's lost quite a few teeth. I think he has 3 left. Other than that, he's just a normal cat. People are so afraid.
We just adopted an FIV cat. If you see his story, oh my God, this was Mr. Kipling. And he was, that horrible mess on the street, a full-grown black and white long-haired cat. And we took him in and we completely healed him. He lived with all the other cats. So as long as they're not aggressive, they're fine.
Right.
And he went to England as well, like a month or 2 ago. So they love him. She posts photos all the time.
I got a question yesterday. I write for Quora and answer questions on behavior and cat related stuff. And this guy said, I was playing with this cat the other day and I just found out it was FIV positive. Could I give it to my cat?
Oh my goodness.
Like, okay, so the F in FIV stands for feline. You're not a feline as far as I know. Otherwise, you need to go on Dr. Phil because you can type. And we're really impressed with that. And so no, you can't get FIV, and you can't from touch. I mean, it would take a deep bite wound with enough viral load.
It's not an airborne illness.
It's not, and it's not even guaranteed if you get a deep bite wound that you'll get it, that the cat, another cat would get it. And and we can't give it to cats, and
Now the leukemia is easy to pass along.
Yeah, leukemia is harder.
But the AIDS, no.
Not to have that. Yeah, AIDS, we don't really take the FELIV ones to have in our main cat. We've had one, but that's it. Yeah, that's definitely harder, unfortunately.
I think people get so worried and so afraid, the cat's diabetic, I have to insulin, feed the cat, grab the neck, shoot it. It probably won't even notice it's eating wet food, exactly. Which goes back to why I loved what you said of, SMART and educating people. And that is one of our biggest. Yes, exactly.
Do you know about our animated children's videos that we produce?
No, but we need to.
That's going to be my next thing, was talking about we need to educate the kids. So I love this. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So we created a series, which we have 6 right now. And we're working on the 7th to align with the Trap King, who's coming to Greece in May. And so we created the S.M.A.R.T family. And it's kind of funny because what I did in the first video, which is about Adopt, Don't Shop, and I made the mother pregnant on purpose. And then there's just the little boy, George. And so I introduce it like that. And then when they get the cat, the next video, the mother has the baby. And then we're talking about taking care of the animal that's safe for the family. We do one about, so that they know how to feed it, to get it chipped, to sterilize it eventually. And then we have one about environmentally cleaning. And at the end, we have like things they can make themselves for cleaning that is natural. So we're going to do, anyway, go back.
No, I love everything you're saying right now. I'm totally enthralled.
Linda's been a big proponent of us going into the schools to educate the children.
Yeah, so we got approval from the whole Ministry of Education for our videos in November. So we're allowed to show them in all the schools.
How wonderful.
So we went to one school already. It was a school for disabled children. And one of our big things is we use superheroes to advise the family. So, and like I say, they're the S.M.A.R.T family. So whenever they do something, that's because they're the S.M.A.R.T family. So, and
that's great.
S.M.A.R.T superhero kid, because we want to make the kids feel like superheroes. So when we went to the school, we made them all capes, and they all wore capes, and we do crafts with them too. So we show the videos, then we explain them. We have a teacher's book too for every video. So if the teacher wants to do it, and then we had them for these kids, because we figured they don't have as much concentration time. We had pre-made masks cut out and markers, and then the strings. So they all got to color their own masks. Then we have like a picture with their masks and their capes. And the teachers were like so happy. The kids loved it. So, our biggest thing, because see, in Greece too, a lot of the parents still kicking that dog or say the animal's dirty. So we want the kids to feel like superheroes and to know all the cool things the animals do. So if their parents do that, don't do that, Dad. That's not nice. So we're hoping.
I have gotten several questions on Quora from younger people saying, this is going on. I think the cat needs to go to the vet, needs wet food, whatever. My mom won't listen to me. What should I do?
This is great. Do you, I know that you're in Greece and your organization, though, I think you're incorporated in New York City. Do you have an advocate here that's pushing these programs out in the States as well?
No, not for the videos yet, which I am going to work on because we got the approval now, so it makes it more serious. But in the States, we're working on the veterinary internship program because we have a lot of universities we're collaborating with now in America. And we have a lot of students even coming this summer. One just came from Minneapolis, and then several of her classmates are coming. And then we have from Auburn, Virginia Tech, Tufts, Tuskegee, University of Minnesota, I think maybe one from Ohio State. So we're trying to do that because we do a whole program for them and we collaborate with local vets, and some get to do some operations, and they just see how Greek offices and vets are doing things and procedures compared to them. And then they get to see the stray population. We have them participate in trapping and neutering. So they're helping with all that. And then we collaborate also with a couple dog rescues and with horses and goats. So they can visit there and give medicine. And then we also tried to do some cultural things for them. So when they're coming, they're just not like animals every day. We're taking them on hiking trips. They can go down to Athens, go to the Acropolis. We take them to the Temple of Poseidon, to the beaches, to do fun things. So it's like an experience that, like a global experience. Think globally.
Can I sign up? Do you have to be veterinary? Because I really want this experience.
I was going to say, as you start pushing this out, we'd love to advocate for you.
Yeah, that's a different program.
What about we should introduce her to Chris Dubert.
So we're doing all those things. That's a lot of things.
It is amazing. Where can we access your videos now and watch them?
Yeah, they're actually on our YouTube channel. There should be a folder that says S.M.A.R.T videos, but for schools and stuff, we have printed out booklets for the teachers to know what, to ask. They're in English. The first 6 are in English and the first 6 are in Greek. And then we have 4 in Arabic because my girlfriend works with the refugees in Greece. And we've been to one of the refugee camps. We showed our videos. They had a lot of stray cats. We set them up a big wooden smart house because we also set up smart houses, which one of the mayors, we've put 20 so far in one of the municipalities. And we brought them a huge bag of food, taught them how to take care. We gave them pizza and cupcakes, and it was pretty
I want pizza and
heartening.
I want to come.
Yeah, I want to hang out in one of these classes and check, but I've got to check those videos out. And I wanted to be sure because I'm sure many people listening are going to be like, I want to check those
we'll
out.
be talking about
our new one we're developing is for the Trap King. So when he comes, we've already made him into an avatar superhero. We're going to do it specifically for TNR so that we can show it when he's here.
I love it.
He's coming in May.
Is TNR a big thing in Greece? Do you have a huge feral population?
We have a huge feral population. The government is supposed to have programs given, money given to every community, but doesn't always work out like that. And they gear that more towards dogs, not cats.
Right.
But there are a lot more people doing it now. But unfortunately, it's individuals, a lot of them. It's very little. We are working with 2 of our local mayors. One of them, he actually implemented a cat welfare program based on my entire PowerPoint. He said, very American presentation.
I love it.
Very, very comprehensive. I explained it can't just be sterilizations. It's got to be like a 5-step process. So he's really nice. And we're going to be announcing that when the Trap King comes, actually. And what we're doing is we're going to announce, we're creating a Trap King Grease and a Trap Queen Grease. So we took nominations, and we have one guy who's a policeman by day, and he traps out the, you know what, of cats. Like every day, his Facebook is like trapping 10 cats here, 20 dogs here, 5 cats there. So his name is Alexis. He's our Trap King. And then there's a girl named Maria who is about an hour and a half south of Athens, and she got nominated a lot. So we're going to do a TNR with her and the Trap King, and we're going to make her the Trap Queen Grease to try to make them feel good about what they're doing.
Sure.
This is the thing. Like, you have to encourage, and then also by giving the mayor the attention he's going to get from the event, and he's going to announce the cat welfare program, and it's going to be on a documentary and everything, it might encourage other mayors, you know, to say,
oh yes, exactly,
that cat program. So whether they copy it or not and whatever, I actually did it as an individual, not as Let's Be Smart, because there's I live in one area of a bigger municipality where there's different areas, you know, like let's say like Manhattan. I mean, like New York City has Manhattan, Staten Island, whatever. So let's say it's like that, and there's 4 of them. There's other ladies, and I'm not going to try to step on anyone's toes. I'm not like that at all. So I said, I'll do it as an individual, as a consultant, and then my organization can take my area, you know, for that. And then anyone else, because I told them you need to work with NGOs so that you have a responsible, you know, person to ally with at each area. And then you also have to give them the ability to have bazaars and do educational workshops for the community so that you're all working together for a goal that in the end, hopefully reduces the strays, better care, people are better educated. So that was the whole thing. I have a copy of it I can send.
Oh, that I would love. Yes. Now, can any of the Greek cats be sent to the U.S. if someone fell in love?
Yeah, I brought one with me, actually. I brought a Siamese cat, which is interesting because she was rescued with and had a broken leg. So she had all these pins in her legs. And I was already traveling, and she was, the vet looked at her right before I was ready to travel and thought the pins should stay in just 2 more weeks. So I actually brought her with the pins, and they were kind of external on her leg, but the girl knew and everything.
Yeah.
So now just the other day, she got them all removed. The vet said it looked good. We had them removed in New York. And so wonderful. I brought her. I usually travel with a cat.
It would be great if you could find someone in the States to take her, and then you don't have to take her back.
Yeah.
No, she has the home.
Oh, she does. Okay.
There,
which is why you brought
her.
Okay.
To a Greek American family, and her brother already has another one of our cats, and their family each actually they've adopted 5 already together between the sisters and brothers of this Greek American family, and their kids love that they have like a cat from Greece. You know, it's like different for them. So
for sure.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to wrap it up shortly.
There's a calico on there named Mocha. Now Rita knows I had a calico that I loved. Okay. And, her mother, she was rescued. The mother was rescued pregnant, and her name was Java. So they named all the babies coffee names.
Yeah.
So my baby was Latte. So, and I see you've even got a Latte. I died. And Mocha looks so similar to Latte.
Linda wants Mocha.
So similar to Latte. I was kind of having a little attack and and so I was hoping you would say no, Americans cannot adopt Greek cats. And then when you said you brought one with you, I thought if she says Mocha, that's it. I'm just going to have to explain to my husband this is meant to be. And there's nothing we can do about it because Latte was our, we called her Nurse Latte because if anybody was sick, she'd lay. If the kids were sick or something, she'd lay on the couch all day. We'd be like, don't you want to eat or pee or something? But she was Nurse Latte. She got a terrible cancer and we lost her. But so Mocha's getting to me over here. So we will stop talking about it and I'll stop thinking about it.
Maybe we can help sponsor Mocha. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's something we could do there. Yes, that's a good idea. Yes.
Yeah, we're about to get our 501c3 and outreach is one of the things we want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, nice.
So is there anything we missed that you want to tell everybody before we sign off? Because we're out of time, unfortunately.
No, except for obviously to support our organization. It's always nice to have donations.
Yes,
we things where people can sponsor a cat or, we have some websites. If someone wanted to order through like zooplus.greece, they can order and ship it to us. Or, you know, I'm trying to do everything professionally. So obviously it costs, but in the end, you know, to host vet interns and everything, but in the end, you're getting really great care for the animals. The cats live in an open environment, have amazing gloves. So when they go to their new homes, you know, they just walk in.
I love the open environment
educating,
concept. I
which
really
is
do.
just reaching out and out and out and out and out.
Exactly.
And it's getting the messages has a big value to it too. So
it does.
You know, I feel that I'm investing to do the right thing.
Sure.
So
is there a place where they can donate a cash donation? Like, you know, I'm really, really strapped, but I can give you $1, and hey, $1 will pay for a can of cat food. So give it, right?
I mean, in the States, I don't have like a cash box, but they can pay on PayPal. We have it through the website. They can mail a check to our office in New York.
There you go.
So yeah, if they log into our donate page.
Wonderful.
And again, your website is letsbesmart.org, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
And then
put
there's
that
a
link into
button for the Greek campaign.
Greece. Let's be smart, Greece.
To the Greece
Yeah.
campaign.
Oh, yeah. I saw that up at the top.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not in Greek. It's Greece.
Yeah. I was a little nervous. I was like, this is going to be in Greek. I'm in trouble. But no, it's not in Greek. We're all good. But no, and I really want to appeal to everybody because I know I've been in that position. And well, since COVID, I've been in that position a lot where money is just so tight. And I want to give to something. And sure, I can afford to give you $2 and skip a coffee or something somewhere. But I feel sometimes like that's just such a stupid amount. It's not enough. But you know,
if 1,000 people give $2,
well, there's the thing.
Counts.
If you have 10 people who feel like that, now it's a $20 contribution. And yeah, $2 will buy a can of cat food. We need a can of cat food, right? Lots of cans of cat food. So
these days it might buy 1 can of cat food.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, whatever you can do, if you can donate $1, donate $1. If you can donate more, please donate more. I would be very happy for higher donations to go to Let's Be Smart. But whatever you have, it is helping. And I don't want anybody to ever not donate $1 because they feel like it's not enough.
Right.
No.
Well, unfortunately,
and volunteer too. Volunteering helps us a lot.
Yes.
Volunteer.
Is there a place on your site where they can get more information on volunteering and know how to do that?
They can do that. There's an application. They can fill that out, write to us, check our calendar. Of course, summer's easier, but yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at the website.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap it up.
I know.
We'd love to have you back.
But I want to talk. Yes.
Definitely love to have you back.
Cool.
So thank you so much, Julie, for telling us all about letsbesmart.org.
Let's Be Smart.
And everything you're doing in Greece for the kitties. Linda, again, thank you for being my co-host as always. I must thank Mark Winter, our awesome producer, for giving us the spot on Pet Life Radio.
He's awesome.
We'll have all the links when we post the video and when the audio version goes on Pet Life Radio. We'll have all the links where you can go to find out more, to donate and support letsbesmart.org. Meanwhile, everybody just remember that every day is Catterday, not just Saturday. We'll see you next time.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.